What's up, lovely YouTube people? Today I want to talk about delay and reverb effects when you might use one rather than the other. So, delay and reverb effects are two of what we call time-based effects, meaning they do things with time, basically. And they do the same kind of thing. They take your note and they extend it to after you've played it, basically, or they keep it going after you've played it. That's the best way to think about it, I think. And you'll be especially familiar with them, I'm sure, if you play guitar. So let's look at each of them individually and then talk about the specific situations you might use one rather than the other. So a delay effect will take your signal, meaning the noise you just made, they'll take the signal and repeat it at gradually diminishing volumes. Yeah? In a modern studio, you'd probably use a delay plugin, which will be MIDI synced to repeat your signal within the tempo of the track, so it will never not be in time, basically. And if it's out of time, it can sound a bit crowded, or it can just sound wrong. That could be an effect you're going for, or it could just sound wrong. In a live situation, you won't always be able to guarantee that the delay effect will be in time. If you're using like a delay stomp box, a delay pedal, they will come with like a tap tempo function, meaning you press your foot on it and it will repeat at the tempo you just tapped your foot on, but that won't account for the natural ebb and flow of your tempo when you're playing live. So that's a possible problem with delay. So now let's talk about reverb. Reverb will take your signal and make it sound as if it's coming from a large open space or a tiny cupboard, depending on your settings, I guess. If you've ever like clapped in a cathedral or a church or a cave, I don't know how many of you hang out in caves, but yeah, if you've ever done any of those things, if you've ever made a noise in a large open space, you'll know the kind of reverb I'm talking about. The issue with reverb pedals for guitar is that you stick them usually before your amplifier's gain, so that gain and that distortion on your amplifier will be distorting the reverb as well as your original signal. So that can sound really messy and just distort things you don't really want distorted, and that could be something you want. That could be an artistic choice on your part, but I think in general what you'll probably want is the reverb itself to be clean, no matter how distorted your actual guitar signal is. Cool, so we've covered a bit about each effect and possible pitfalls. Now let's talk about when you might use one rather than the other. And I would say it's partly dependent on what tech you have available, whether you're live, whether you're in a studio, and it's partly down to what other instruments are in your band. Reverb creates a very thick, a very dense sound. If you're the only guitarist in a band, that might not be a problem, but if there's more than one of you, and you're playing the same frequency range, and maybe you're both using reverb, that's going to get really crowded. If you have any way of guaranteeing that the tempo of your delay effect will match the rest of your track, I think delay has the edge over reverb, in my opinion. You can MIDI sync gear for live performances and keep like a metronome going in your drummer's ear so they're always in time, your delay pedal is always in time, so forth. But that might not be possible for most of you outside of the studio. I should add that out of time delay is fine to an extent, but I personally like my delay to be in time. I might just be wrong, I don't know. So personally, I like delay more, but what I actually do a lot of the time is, for example, if I'm recording a tasty guitar solo, I'll usually have a stereo delay, meaning that you get it left ear, right ear, left ear, right ear, and then I'll have a little bit of reverb on top of that. So, as ever, my answer to an either or question is, why not both? So that, in a nutshell, is delay and reverb. In summary, if you can't do both, maybe just delay. Yeah, that's simple enough, I guess. Let's wrap up with a few bits of news and stuff. So firstly, commenter of the week. This week is Angel Bear, who commented on Stagecraft for Introverts saying, "If I'd had this advice 30 years ago, I'd have become a musician like I always wanted." Look, man, you can become a musician whenever you want, especially if you have a mask. Or even if you don't. Don't let not owning a mask hold you back from your dreams. I think that's good advice. Thanks, Angel Bear, for your comment, and thanks to the rest of you for commenting. It's really cool that we have this kind of feedback system, so I know that I'm basically doing the right thing, or that these videos are useful to people. So thanks, and keep the comments coming. Can't believe I did double thumbs up. Super lame. Super lame. Cool. Second, I'm not sure, but I'm contemplating taking my live streams to Twitch. So that's the synth improvisations, and in theory I'll probably do more Cubase live streams at some point. So I'm contemplating taking both of those to Twitch. Now, I do mean contemplating. It's not something I've decided. It's not definitely going to happen. It's just something that's been on my mind. And the reason I've been thinking about it is that not many of you guys watch the live streams as they happen. That's fine, by the way. I don't mind that, because you watch them later. Because that's the case, I wonder if actually doing the live part of it on Twitch, because Twitch is purpose-built for live stuff, and I'm not saying YouTube has done live badly, I'm just saying that Twitch is pretty much dedicated to lives. And once I've done the live thing on Twitch, I can then transfer that video over to YouTube. So I don't think it would impact you guys, my subscribers, that much, because you'd still see the videos. It's just that you wouldn't see the performance. I mean, you could if you wanted to come find me on Twitch. Let me know what you think about that. As I say, still thinking about it, still working it out. I don't want to have to go through the whole building an audience on another channel thing whilst maintaining this audience. As far as I'm concerned, my YouTube audience will come first, and having only just hit 1,000 subs, I feel like I should be doing more stuff for you. But I just wonder if it might build the brand a bit more to do that live thing on Twitch, maybe bring in a few more subs. I don't know. Use the comments, let me know what you think. Again, open to feedback, not made my mind up, willing to be convinced one way or another. I did thumbs. Again, what is this? Last thing before I go, next week's video is going to be nuts. Actually nuts. I've been sitting on something since, I think, January of this year, 2018, and I'm finally able to talk about it next Friday, 4 PM GMT. Don't miss it. I will see you then. Toodaloo.